holy place is sanctified by Mahatmas. And having come here, your mind, antakarana vritti, some or the other way is directed all the time to sadhana. Because wherever you see, some or the other thing which is related to religion or spirituality you will encounter. Suppose you are seeing there, you will see Bhagavan. You are hearing some sound, let us say. Then what you hear? Gangaji. Understand? And anyone is wearing saffron robe, though he is spiritual or not, he remains spirituality. That's a great thing. So you can't escape. Though your mind thing goes here and there, it has to come back again to this field. And because of so many Mahatmas' presence, this place will have that vibration. So that when you sit in a holy place and contemplate, do spiritual practices, that blessing can enhance it. The second benefit. And third benefit, we have more time to spend to discuss, to understand. So more and more things can be learned only in sadhana camp. And ultimately, it's our endeavor that sometime we should withdraw. Understand? The life gains beauty with when you enter into the world. That's why there is a beauty, and the beauty is also there when you take the exit. So that we have to prepare. My life should be prepared for that. So if not sannyasa, at least for vanaprastha I should prepare. That's the important thing. Then you can be a sannyasi with these clothes also, ordinary clothes, you can be a sannyasi, there is no problem. So we have to try, we have to practice to be like a guest in our own house. Then also it's some kutichaka sannyasa. If not exact sannyasa, I don't take them, feel like I am a kutichaka sannyasi, that I will be sitting in the home, but I am just a guest here. If they give me food, I will eat. I won't even complain. And I will be happy if they don't consult me on their matters. But now every old person you can see, he is not happy. Why? People are not consulting him. That's a blessing actually. It's a blessing that no one consults you. So you get more time. So once old age suddenly comes, you can't prepare. Or having come also, unless mindset is there, you can't prepare. So these are all meant for that. So we have to withdraw for rigorous growth and to boost all our energies. This is the way. So yesterday also I was telling that when we come for the camp, never think that I have come for the camp to enjoy luxury. So every experience, try to welcome it. There is a beauty, there is a teaching, there is something which is going to give you a growth. Understand, sir? So every experience, if you can accept, if you can welcome it, I tell you, experience becomes a teacher. And happiness, even in general terms I am talking now. Happiness. What is happiness? People say, if I get good comfortable condition is around me, I am happy. This is how people say. But I tell you, it is wrong. And I will show you people who are very happy with all uncomfortable situation around them. If you want, I will take you to Nehru Institute of Mountaineering. Fellows are toiling from morning to evening in this cold, because this is the greatest institute here we have in Uttarakasi. Sometime you can go and see that it is one of the Asia's best institute, and many Everest climbers are from this place. Understand? So when one fellow is climbing some mountain, Everest, there is a movie you can see about Everest. How much struggles are involved, life and death at every step. So they are seeing Lord Yamaraja at every moment. So that fellow goes there, and wherein every step is a threat, and someone is asking you, how are you feeling? He feels, I am so happy. All around you is uncomfortable situation. Any time any disaster can happen. You may die. Death is easily possible there because of the frostbite or whatever the condition, poisoning, etc. So every step he takes, his happiness is growing. And for my eyes, dangers are growing. If I am asking him, he won't mention this word danger. He says, Swamiji, I am so happy. All around is a dangerous situation. Then how is he happy? Number one. The second is, there is a fellow Please imagine this, okay? There is a fellow who has gone bankruptcy, a big man, lot of money, very, very luxurious lifestyle, suddenly got some problem, bankruptcy. Now his uncle is supporting him. No one knows that he has gone bankruptcy and he wants people not to know about this. So the mama who gave his daughter to him is supporting him. Same Mercedes Benz is retained, same big bungalow is maintained, everything outside, going to club and playing cards is still maintained, every conducive thing is around him. And he comes to a friend or some Swami and says, Swamiji, this problem, this unhappiness, I wish that my enemy also should not have. What is this? You have that building, AC rooms, car, everything. This is, I am dying inside. Why? Because my mama's money I am eating. So something I am dying inside. A fellow, you are enjoying such a nice luxurious life in spite of your bankruptcy. So experience is very good. Am I right or not, sir? Experience is wonderful. But still this fellow says, miserable I am. Please bless me so that I can get out of this. So here is a fellow, scene number A, where experience is so bad, physically, psychologically, threat. Still he says, I am very happy. And here is a fellow, everything is a blessing. And if you ask me, I will say that is the greatest blessing. Because we people live on somebody's things all the time. So for me it's a blessing. Bangla is someone's, car is someone's. But that man says, no, I am dying inside. It's better that I die. What is this? And he says, I am miserable. Yes, he is. And that fellow says, I am happy. Yes, he is. So what is happiness? What is unhappiness? So it's not the situation, it's not the experience which gives you happiness or not. It is your invitation of it. So that fellow who is climbing Mount Everest is inviting it. Because of his invitation, that is giving him happiness. And this fellow is not able to invite it. Because of non-invitation, all that comfort is giving problem. So this is the greatest teaching. If you can learn this, I tell you, there will, even Brahmaji comes, he will fail to make you unhappy. How he can make you unhappy? I am happy. So this is a place where you can learn. Suppose you are at home. You are at home. And saying that I will just listen to Vedanta talks, etc. But can you suppose some situation is there, like we are here, for some rooms there is no water, and some rooms we have no beds, they are sleeping on the matters, etc. If suppose this is local place and it is in your home, do you think you will sleep like that? No, you cannot, because where there is option available, your mind starts looking for it. And when your mind is meditating on the option, it starts forgetting all this thing. So here there is no option. Even option is available, because of Swamiji you are not in a position to open the mouth and ask. Understand? That's also a problem. Even option may be available, but you will think that this fellow is a mad fellow, again he will cry out. Or he will scold all of us. Why? Chalo chhod do. So like that we can learn a lot of things. So sadhana camps are essential for all these things, and more and more is to see whether the teaching is sinking inside or not. This is the only time. Understand? You can just sit. So sadhana camp as it is not going to help. If you make use of it, that is there again. So if you can make use of it, sit down and contemplate what is that I have learnt, and whether that learning is being reflected in my day-to-day life or not. That you have to question. Those things you can do here. So like learning, a great opportunity it is going to give us, and it can change your mindset. It can change many things inside, because we have a mode of mind which is so mechanical. So that pattern breaking should happen only here. So that even we will try for that. My schedule I arrange like that, to break the pattern, to give you more and more chance for growth, more and more food for your nourishment. I work here. So only thing you have to work, because the mind is so uninformed, so uncultured as of now. I don't call it bad. Mind is very good, but unpolished. That's a problem with it. You have to polish it. So with that unpolished mind, even if you listen to Vedanta, it's not going to work. So what you are hearing at home, all this is an input. That input can be used, can be implemented for this polishing of the mind only in this camp. So what you learn here, you should take it home now. So this habit should go with you. This attitude should go with you. Understand, sir? It's not that 6th day everything is over. Chalo bidi le lo, muh mein rakh lo. Aisa nahi. So this you should at least 50% of this you should take home. So all this ashram, this Gangaji, all this you should come with you in a sukshma rupa. That should go and try to implement them. Then you will see what best things it can work. So we have a mind. I was telling you about the mind. Mind is something very ordinary, very ordinarily it is now. Make it so beautiful. Someone was saying, if your mind is like hammer, then every small thing you will take it to be a nail. So anything like a nail you will take now. So only you use the hammer on the nail. So any small thing you consider it as a nail. So that's what. So if hammering is your solution, every problem is a nail. So from hammer should make your mind a proper mind. So that can happen here. For that we organize the sadhana camps to evaluate, to understand, to elevate, to progress, to appreciate, to assimilate, and ultimately to measure our progress. So for this it is needed. In fact, Shastra says every 6 months you should go into seclusion like this. Every 6 months. If you are interested in the growth, understand. So every 6 months break and you should go do some sadhana and come. So sadhana camp is a very important aspect, very important measure, step of growth. So that is why we organize, and that is the important.